In the previous videos I have made an overview of all types of defense that I was able to find in 133, and today I would like to follow with an overview of all types of offense, of attacks, or rather offensive tactics that I was able to find in 133. But before I can do this, I have to look at the basic tools that the priest is giving to us. So the cuts and the thrusts. Let's start with cuts. First group of cuts in 133 are descending cuts, cuts that go from top downwards. And the most prominent example from this group is Halbschild. Generally, any cut that goes mostly downwards, so it does not have to go exactly down, it can also be a kind of diagonal. Any cut that goes mostly downwards and passes on the right side of the shield and is delivered with a true edge is Halbschild. So Halbschild can start from right shoulder, also from the left shoulder. It can be a draw cut that goes like from above down. It can also be a push cut that goes from back forward like this and naturally ends in prima custodia. All of these are Halbschild. 133 also describes a few other downwards cuts. So one of them is this false H1, like strike and then twist the sword to hit with the other side of the blade, like this, which is shown in the second half of the manuscript. And I believe this is not the type of cut that the priest would use, and he is talking about it only because he wants to tell us how to defend against it. Because this type of cut can be a bit tricky, because it can overcome the defense. It can strike behind the shield. So the priest probably, even if he doesn't use it, which I don't know, but it looks to me like that, he wants us to know about this kind of attack, and he wants us to know how to defend. And the last type of downwards cut from 133 is prima custodia, that is used as an obsessio. This is kind of unusual terminology from the priest. Some custodia, some positions can be also used as an obsessio, as a siege, as an attack. And the attack of prima custodia looks like this. So it is this type of descending cut that goes from under the left arm, but strikes, goes up and then strikes from above. This is told to be similar to Halbschild, but not Halbschild, possibly because it travels on the other side of the shield. Halbschild always go on the right side, but this type of attack goes on the left side. So this is possibly the reason why it is not called Halbschild, but it is said to be similar to Halbschild. These were descending cuts. Now let's look at rising cuts, the cuts that go from bottom upwards. 133 is giving us two of such cuts. The first one is well-known croquet. So this type of cut from below, which is said to be unusual and something like a priest's specialty, which seems kind of weird. I mean, it's a common rising cut, but maybe it was not common in the times of the priest. So this is the first one. And the second one is a similar cut that starts above the left arm. So like this. So it is similar. I go down and strike up. 133 is giving us only these two rising cuts, and both of them are done on the left side, either from under the left hand or from above the left hand. It is interesting that there is no rising cut from the right side, like something like this. It is not there. There is some hint of such attack in the play of a useful strike that separates sword and shield after the rebind. But I believe this kind of strike is not exactly a cut, but a thrust that goes like this from below. So I believe that the priest does not see the need for a rising cut from the right side, because it is easier to deliver rising thrusts from this side. And then we have the last group of cuts that I would call special cuts, because they are neither exactly rising or exactly descending. First of these is nuken. Nuken is a very niche cut that is used only in one play, in 133, and it fits in just in one situation. So it is possibly not a very common type of cut. And it seems to be a simple cut, simple but fast, quick cut delivered mostly from the wrist, something like a wrist flick like this. It is used to quickly strike in an opening that will be created between the sword and shield of the opponent. And this type of cut can be descending. It can be done like this, or it can be rising to go better between the sword and shield. It can also be horizontal. You can do it like this. This type of cut is not specified by the direction of the cut, but mostly by the mechanism that delivers this cut. And I believe this would be like a small wrist flick like this to quickly deliver a small cut in the opening that is there, possibly while retreating, or maybe not, I don't know. But this seems to be a nuken. Another special or set of special cuts are Schützen. Schützen, I have talked about them previously. Schützen are mostly basic parries, and every parry is two different things at once. It is a position that is protecting you, passively protecting from some type of attack, some direction of attack. And it is also a cut that gets me in this position. So Schützen are also cuts, and they can be used like cuts. Schützen cuts are, I believe, never used to attack the opponent, but they can be used to attack the opponent's sword, to beat the sword away and immediately continue with some other cut. So Schützen, every Schützen is also a cut and can be used as a cut. Now the thrusts. The terminology of thrusts is very simple, because the priest uses just one word for any thrust, that is fixura. It is translated as a thrust. And so it is quite simple. He also uses another word that is translated mostly as a strike, plaga, but I believe this is more like an overarching term for any cut or thrust, anything that can harm the opponent. In any way, there is just one term, thrust, for any type of thrust. But the priest certainly does several different types of thrust. So let's look at them. First is the most simple thrust that is best shown by a thrust from Sexta Custodia that goes just directly forward, like this. The most simple thrust that you can think of. Another type of thrust that we have is something similar but from the other side of the shield. So it would go like this. 133 makes an extensive use of such kind of thrusts. It can be a little bit surprising. It can deliver the strike, the thrust from an angle that the opponent does not expect. So this kind of thrust from the other side of the shield is quite common in 133. We also have a thrust from below. I believe this is the type of thrust that is delivered from pre-special long point. So the pre-special long point would thrust from below like this. You go under the defense of the opponent and then thrust up. So these are the three types of thrust that hold sword and shield together. But 133 is also giving us several types of thrusts that separate sword and shield, that use them separately. And these are useful if you want to work with the shield, mostly block the opponent's hand somewhere and thrust at the same time. The typical example of these type of thrusts are used in shield slug and stich slug. So this would be the typical type of thrust from shield slug, like this, shield low, sword high. Also this can be the useful strike that separates sword and shield, that most probably goes from below. And also this can be a strike from under the left arm that is used in stich slug. So you are blocking the hand of the opponent and thrusting under the arm. So something like this. So these are the thrusts of 133. And I have shown all the basic tools, that basic cuts and basic thrusts that 133 is giving to us and that we can use for the attack. And in the next video I will look at all the attacking tactics that I was able to find in 133.